Hey there, it's Jordan Mercier, and welcome into another episode of Peterborough Conversations. I am pleased to be joined right now by Michelle Thornton, who is the chair of the Peterborough Dragon Boat Festival. And Michelle, we know that registration is now open.
Almost this weekend,
Oh yeah,
Saturday at
hold on.
midnight.
We'll air this like after the deadline
Okay.
opens. That's okay.
Okay, cool.
You want to keep going?
For sure.
All right, 3, 2, and 1. Hey there, it's Jordan Mercier, and welcome into another episode of Peterborough Conversations. I am pleased to be joined now by my good friend Michelle Thornton, who is the chair of the Peterborough Dragon Boat Festival. And Michelle, have you had time to breathe since the last festival ended?
I feel like we just finished. Yeah, we did get a bit of a break, but yeah, right back at it again.
I think it's important to note, though, it really is like an all-year kind
Pretty
of thing,
much,
right?
yeah, definitely. Because there's follow-up after the event. We have the check presentation in October, even though, the event takes place in June. And then we take a short break, but the wheels are always spinning.
Let's do a little debrief on last year because it was
Yeah.
obviously a pretty outstanding total.
It was, yeah, it was crazy. It was a record-breaking year. 290 over $290,000. We actually hit our goal the day before race day. So the community is just so engaged and excited. It's just amazing.
As a chair, I'm sure that that's probably the best news you can get the day
You
before the
bet.
event.
Yeah, the
No
pressure was
pressure.
off.
Yeah. Michelle, can we go back for a second and just tell me how you ended up getting involved originally in the Dragon Boat Festival?
Yeah, so back in 2014, so it's going to be 10 years this year, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, joined the Survivors of Breast Dragon Boat team, went to my first festival in 2015 as a survivor, and it just kind of like blew me away, the community looking around and how everybody just came together. And back then I was pretty naive and thought that, the hospital just was funded for their equipment and stuff. And I kind of educated myself and found out that the government doesn't pay for capital equipment and the equipment that we need to diagnose and treat cancer. So I knew this was like way bigger than me and I needed to kind of get involved. So in 17, I was co-chairing with Carol Mutton at the time, and then just kind of haven't looked back from there. So yeah.
Pretty incredible
Yeah.
stuff. And you're somebody who still competes? You're still in
Yeah,
the boat?
definitely. Yeah, still in the boat. Yeah, we're so this will be my 10th year on the team as well, which is great. And yeah, we're big proponents of breast cancer awareness, but we also support all types of cancers. So yeah, our team travels to different regattas throughout the year, but our main event, we're the host team of the Peterborough Dragon Boat Festival, and we've been supporting the PRHC Foundation in funding for equipment since basically day one. So in terms of the festival, so back in 2001 was the first day on the water. It was kind of a pilot project. And then in 2022, the festival just kind of took on a life of its own and has just kind of carried on.
Do you think it's just cancer has touched so many people that it makes it obvious that a lot of people want to get involved? Because I also believe that the festival over time has been able to add little things and kind of evolve in a sense.
You bet.
And that has definitely kept people really engaged.
You bet. Yeah. We've, like, I know when I first kind of got involved, we weren't using the Del Curry Park side of the area. And it was like, we have to expand this. We have to kind of freshen it up and keep people on site all day. So, we added the vendors market and we added the family fun zone. And then, the following year we added the beer garden. And so it's kind of, of course it's lots of fun cheering on your team at the races. But there's other things to do in between races. So, I think that makes a big difference. And it's just kind of bringing new life into it and freshening it up every year. So
let everyone know about this year's festival. So
yeah.
registration open now by the time people are watching this on YouTube.
Yep.
So that's great. But what's the date and what else can you share with us?
Yeah, so the date is June 8th. So I think it's always the second Saturday in June. So June 8th, there's going to be races. There's going to be, we've already got over 30 vendors lined up, and there's still more kind of applying. Modern Makers Market actually manages that for us. So if you know Chantal, and
Yeah,
you know, that's a really great partnership. And she's actually a volunteer as well. Family Fun Zone, so we're kind of lining up some activities there. There's the beer garden, and there's going to be I think we're kind of lined up some different vendors this year, local vendors.
Yeah.
I won't let the cat out of the bag yet. We're just kind of finalizing that. What else? We have like a regular merch tent for festival branded merchandise. And it's, you know what, like it's the vibe. The community comes together, and you can feel the energy in the air. So it's just a fun time.
You want me to tell you one of the coolest things? So the last couple of years, I've had the opportunity to do some of the announcements for the races, and I had no clue that it was as official as it actually is.
Yep.
Where you have people clocking down to like a
You
hundredth
bet.
of a second.
You bet.
And I thought that was so cool. When I used to take part in it, I mean, I had no clue. I mean, we weren't winning any races anyways, but like, I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah. The races are, you know, they're just 250 meters. They used to be 400, and like people were like dying.
By the third, fourth race of the day.
Because they don't do it all the time, right? So, yeah, we shorten the races to 250, but yeah, there is some heavy duty competition happening between some of the teams, and so that's kind of fun to watch. And then we have, you know, the flower ceremony, which is, you know, a big deal for breast cancer survivors. And we actually have invited the community to join in now. It used to be just the survivor boats that, you know, had the flowers and so on. But now we have flowers available for the public because everybody wants to be kind of part of it, right? So it's pretty special.
We always talk goals. You just mentioned that, you know, last year was so crazy, but do we have an expectation for how much money we want to raise this time around?
Well, we're hoping.
Yeah.
So, of course, last year our theme was 2 out of 5 Canadians will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. 1 out of 8 women will have a breast cancer diagnosis. So we had that theme last year. This year, and we actually set the bar really high last year. So we're like, oh, what do we do? So we're kind of going middle of the road, and we're sticking with the theme of the 2518. So basically our goal is 251, 825, 18. So
Wow.
2518, 2518.
Very cool stuff.
Yeah. So I'm sure we can do it. And you know what? It's a goal.
Yeah.
Right. And so you have to set your goals high, and then you never know, shoot for the stars, right?
That's amazing. Michelle Thornton, chair of the Peterborough Dragon Boat Festival. Always appreciate our conversation.
Thank you. Me too.
So
thanks for having me.
This is Peterborough Conversations, episode 5. And if you like the content you're seeing, please hit the subscribe button.